Hello and good evening, everybody. I am Monkus, and I will be your caster tonight. This will be my first solo cast, and I hope it goes well. We have on the left Tickle Tassadar, and on the right Wholesome Halfwits. To go over the bands real quick, Wholesome Halfwits band Sky Temple and BOE. Tickle Tassadar band Towers of Doom and Volskaya, and this was the map pick for Wholesome Halfwits. This is the best 2 out of 3 set, NGS Division A. Got some nice portrait synergy going on with Tickle Tassadar, so except for bashing, so I'm going to have to give one demerit to Tickle Tassadar for getting close, but not quite having that full synergy. Looks like both teams are ready, so we'll be getting right into that. But I will say Tickle Tassadar does have a lot better synergy than Wholesome Halfwits. Just all over the place with those avatars. Just no cohesion at all, no throughput with the avatars. Now this is Infernal Shrines, so the keys here are going to be the point control and the wave clear. You usually see that good. It's off lane in the top with the 4 in the bottom mid doing the rotation. There was a patch today, so there are a lot of changes. There are a lot of nerfs to Deathwing's most popular build, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets picked up immediately by Tickle Tassadar. Auriel's Res, which was extremely potent, got a nerf to both its cast range and its cast time, doubling the cast time and shortening the range by 2, went from 7 to 5. There were a number of other little changes, but those were the 2 most significant ones. I believe Deathwing also ate a 5% health buff on top of the various nerfs to his melee W build. I think he actually got a few buffs to his ranged build. Band of Anubarak. It's more of a dive tank, and there's the Deathwing band. So I'm guessing that they're still going to go with Deathwing Auriel. That's probably just how they prep for this, not knowing there is going to be a balance patch coming out today. Haven't really tested the waters to see what's super strong now and what's super different. So just be safe. Deny the Deathwing. Deny the Auriel. That's my guess. For Wholesome Halfwits, they are banning the Malthael, strong offlaner, and a percent damage dealer. And just as a side note, both of these heroes are both very effective against Cho'Gall, who received some pretty decent buffs today. I believe his health and his damage both got buffed. And As if they read my mind, there's a Cho'Gall ban. Wholesome Halfwits want none of that business. But that does leave Oriole up. And Oriole gets taken in the first pick. No fan in the background, no.
Unbridled energy.
You might hear my PC fan. And Kerrigan picked up rather early. I usually see Kerrigan picked up after you get a after ETC and Tyrande. She's one of the weaker melee assassins, I would say, but Tyrael and Kerrigan, that's some heavy dive right there. And after Tyrael gets his upgrade, he can go in pretty hard.
Ready for duty.
Zarya's always interesting to see because a really good Zarya can provide a lot of support and a lot of damage. In between, with Oriole, Johanna, and Zarya, this will be a pretty hard team to kill. Zarya and Johanna being pretty significant frontline, and Oriole being able to just pump out the heals and res them whenever they need it. So now that the Cho'Gall strategy isn't going to work out, I wonder how they're going to adapt to that with the Sonya ban. Again, limiting that off lane. Gray may now. Probably want more stuns for the stun chain for Wholesome Halfwits. It's more CC. There's a Tyrande. I'm guessing ETC coming in with the next to the Blaze. That works too. Not quite sure which one is going to be the off lane and which one is going to be the main tank here between Tyrael and Blaze. Blaze does provide pretty decent point control and can handle some auto attackers pretty well. Oh wow, that is a lot of support for Li Ming. A little lacking in damage there. That's a pretty unkillable team with Oriole, Zarya, Uther, and Johanna. That's just super tanky frontline. I just don't know if they have the damage with just Li Ming to get the output that they need. Uther's a pretty good counter to Kerrigan, and Zarya can provide a lot of additional shielding, but unless Zarya has max shield or max charge, she's not going to be doing a lot of damage. And Sylvanas pickup, she's a really good force magnifier. Can shut off those forts with her trait and can make it so that a very simple push becomes a very significant push really fast. So there we go. We have on the left Tickle Me Tassadar, and on the right we have Wholesome Halfwits. I think based on the comp I give it to Wholesome Halfwits, but that's also because they have a more traditional comp that I'm used to seeing. I don't know what to think of Zarya, Uther, Li Ming. That's just very unique. It could work out. It could not. We will see. All right. So for Tickle Me Tassadar, we have bashing on Oriole. We have Serenian on Uther, Thicken on Li Ming, Garland on Zarya, and Broomboy on Johanna. And for Wholesome Halfwits, we have Tribulation on Blaze, G Money Drums on Sylvanas, Feckle Pants on Tyrande, Crooked Smile on Kerrigan, and Dr. Sigeli on Tyrael. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a cheese going on down here. Going to do as much damage as they can to this wall and this turret. They gotta be careful else they're gonna get dove on pretty fast. Zarya is going down, but she manages to get away just barely. Good counter engage, and down goes to Tyrael. Everyone for Tickle Tassadar is super low, but with that infinite resource, Ariel and Zarya, they're just able to keep everybody up. So that's a good initial trade, but it's a level 1 30-second death, so it's not going to be a huge difference. I believe that it's only half of 1 experience weight equivalent at this level. And right now, Kerrigan's going out on that Li Ming. Managed to get a nice stun chain on, but with the Tyrande. And that is a deadly Ming. We're not quite at the level where Uther and Zarya can save Li Ming from a stun combo by giving her unstoppable, so Li Ming's going to have to be a little bit more careful, or she's going to keep getting dove on by that Kerrigan Tyrande combo. Let's look at talents here. Alright, Sylvanas went W build, which is a standard. It's at 7 stacks right now. And Uther is getting his, I believe that's an auto attack. Yeah, that's an auto attack. He's just wailing away at Blaze up there. Let's take a little peek. Exciting stuff going back down bottom. Looks like they are going for early camps here. Might miss a little bit of that experience weight bottom. This portable goat camp's just going to be all lonely. As both teams are around the same level coming up here for the shrine. Kerrigan went the Q quest. Has 6 stacks on that already. That's good. That's where she wants to go. They're going up. It's a good time to get this camp. Get that push value while the shrine is up. Looks like Blaze is going to be a little late getting in, but that's okay because Tickle Tassadar is busy doing their camp and they won't be down on the shrine nearby. So far, pretty even on the little skellies. I think those are skeletons. Those aren't that skeletons. Big stun coming out from Johanna. Nice follow-up there with the Blaze getting the stun on the Uther. Looks like level 7s are going to come out for Wholesome Halfwits. And I think Tickle Tassadar might be conceding point. Yeah, they're going to go up and clear top. Wholesome Halfwits already has 30. It's going to be pretty much impossible for Tickle Tassadar to get this shrine under control, so they're just going to clear, going to do what they can top, and then take care of Punisher. But I guess Wholesome Halfwits has this Sylvanas. They're going to be able to get a lot of push value here by turning off these turrets, just like that, and turning off the fort. They could easily get a fort here if they play this right, especially since Blaze is top having to deal with that Summoner King. And the fort is back online, however, they have a full wave here pushing with them, so they're going to get that fort easy enough. That is the strength of Sylvanas. She is just a force magnifier. Lets you turn an easy advantage into a significant one. Easy breezy chicken. Or lemon squeezy. Take your pick of sayings here. Johanna with a big stun. Big fight on this point for this camp. It's a massive fight. Level 8. Down goes Tyrael. Down goes Kerrigan. Down goes Li Ming. Everyone's going down. This is such a contentious fight. Oh, that was a 4v5 for a bit there. Uther was late coming in. This is big turn of events here this early on in the game. That might let them secure at least the wall here if they push with this wave. I'm only now realizing that it was the team without this Sylvanas that went for that early game cheese. I was thinking for some reason that the Sylvanas team was going for the early game cheese, but no, it was Tickle Tassadar. And again, a point fight there. That whip by Ariel was clutch. And again, these are all pre-10 fights, and with Ariel, she gets with Russia Wrecked being what it is. Haven't seen the new version of it, but it's been so significant that you can be dominating the early game 100 to 1, and then Ariel gets her res, and suddenly, yep, you trade 1 for 1, and you're down 4v5. Broom Boy coming out again with that frontline stun. Dr. Sigeli trying to look to see if he can go in. Deciding to hang back. Getting a lot of value here from that Johanna wave clear. She's able to make up for the fact that her team is kind of lacking in that department. Interesting that Garland, the Zarya, is the one with the hat. Even when he has, or when Zarya has 0 energy. And, oop, I missed the Uther death there. But Ariel can res him if she wants to. Now she can. I never knew that the Uther corpse for Ariel to res, at least behind just the random HOTS hero corpse icon until Uther dies properly from his shade. So, interesting little UI feature. Early lead here by Wholesome Halfwits. They have 15, 18, 20. Nope, 19. Stick at 19. There we go, 23. A little bit of a fight going on here. Wholesome Halfwits is backing off. They are almost 13, so they're probably going to go pick up their level 13s, get a little bit of soak and come back in. Oh, they're diving in hard here. Here, out comes a Graviton. Stun's coming out. Crooked Smiles low. Li Ming super low. She gets out. Down goes Uther. Oh, Wholesome Halfwits is super low, and Kerrigan takes out the Oriel and the Zarya. But Ariel just says, no, I didn't die. You just thought I did. One of those M. Night Shyamalan twists. Ariel was not actually dead. And it looks like what Wholesome Halfwits is going to do here is let the shrine stick at 39, clear up top, get a little bit of extra push going on, and then just finish off the shrine at their leisure. And there they go. They finish off the shrine. They'll have a camp pushing with them. Very nice play by Wholesome Halfwits. Punisher dives in. It's an arcane Punisher. Out comes the Zarya's Graviton Surge. A little bit of follow-up from the Li Ming, but just not enough damage there to really get anything done. Johanna pops Unstoppable, immediately has it destroyed, and that is just a ton of damage coming out onto Tickle Me Tassadar. Just a ton. And Tyrla goes down, but so does the fort for Tickle Me Tassadar, and I'll bring up talents in just a second to see where we are as far as stacks. Let's take a look here. Only 60 stacks for Sylvanas on her W quest, 8 for Taronda on hers. Kerrigan's at 43 stacks. I believe that's 70. Is that 75? No, it's 50. No, it is 75. It's after 75 stacks you get a 50 damage increase, which is quite significant considering the normal power level of that talent. 16 to 13, Tickle Me Tassadar. They need to just look up. It's a 16 right now. They need to just play safe and go for the next shrine, which I believe it will be a Frozen Punisher. And pretty big push coming here bottom, and with Sylvanas they can pretty safely siege into these towers. And it's a 16 advantage right now for them, so they can do this pretty safely. But Tickle Me Tassadar is coming back. They're putting up a defense. Kind of surprised that Wholesome Halfwits is backing off here. They should be wanting to take this fight up a talent tier. But I get, doing a little bit of a half of a bush party. Blaze is off in the mid, and the rest of them go follow. These camps are the only things up on the map right now, so Wholesome Halfwits with the talent advantage is obviously going to invade. Nice block by Dr. Sigeli there. Zarya goes down, big stun, a nice Graviton Surge there, blocking them all down, but again, just don't have enough damage there to secure the kill. Ariel has res up, but is deciding to save that for the shrine, I'm guessing. This is going to be another fort taken by Wholesome Halfwits. They're doing a very good job on the macro here. Blaze down here getting some soak and pushing the lane up. Broom Boy getting some soak here. And let's take another look at these talents, see where we are. 66 stacks, 53. Full on the Q build. Pretty standard stuff. Oh, no Hand of Protection. Okay. I thought that Uther was going to go Hand of Protection for the Unstoppable. Zarya. There we go. There's the Unstoppable for Zarya. Yeah, personal barrier. Zarya will be a lot harder to lock down. Out comes the Captain America shield, followed up by the Uther Hammer. Big silence coming out. That's a dead Li Ming. Big Graviton Surge. Li Ming is being rezzed. Back she comes with full mana. Huge stun by the Uther, the Hammer, and the shield. But Uther goes down. Everybody is super low. But Kerrigan is just diving. It's up to Zarya, and that is a mega kill for Wholesome Halfwits. That Kerrigan just devoured that backline. Just eating it up, nom 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 nom. One after another like she was going through potato chips. Very brutal. Gotta wonder. 73. So all Kerrigan has to do is kill 2 minions and she's done, and that is a massive jump in damage. Moves from giving you 75 damage to giving you 125 damage, just like that. And they're going to get 20s here with this Punisher. I believe that is going to be game number 1 for Wholesome Halfwits, but we'll see if they can pull out a defense. That's a dead Tyrande, or Tyrande Tyrael. Too many T names. Down goes Li Ming. Res is available. Bring Li Ming back. Uther goes down. Kerrigan wanted that kill. Let's see. Doesn't look like Ariel can get in range to get that res. She throws the res onto Zarya. It's all up to Zarya and Johanna. Can they do it? Zarya pops the unstoppable. Down she goes. That will be game number 1. GGs are coming out. And we will be right back while we get ready for game number 2. And welcome back. We're about to start in game number 2 of the Wholesome Halfwits versus Tickle Me Tassadar. This appears to be Tickle Me Tassadar's map choice. So they elected map pick over first pick. They have chosen the most macro-intensive map, I think, in the game. And also the most, sorry, I was just shocked that the first pick team would ban Ariel. That just sent me for a loop. Not to be hypercritical for Wholesome Halfwits, but your first pick, that means that Tickle Me Tassadar has to ban Ariel Deathwing. That's just science, and you can't argue with science. There's the scientific Deathwing ban that we all knew was coming. So, no Ariel, no Deathwing. Both teams decided to play a little fair, to say, you know what, each one of us will take care of one. We won't deal with any of that, overpowered nonsense. Let's have a nice, clean fight. And, see where we go from here. Do we see maybe a global ban, maybe an Abathur ban, maybe a Falstad? What do we see? It's Garrosh. Don't want that lockdown Gary play. Now, how will Tickle Me Tassadar adapt in this draft? They ban a Nubarak. They don't want that dive take. And seeing how Wholesome Halfwits used Kerrigan, I can see how the Kerrigan and Nubarak combination would be pretty devastating, with a Nubarak having that double stun combination that you can just easily land. The ETC pickup, again, if they still wanted to stick with that Kerrigan combo, ETC is probably the going for the immediate showball grab. They don't want to wait to second ban phase. They don't want to risk it going away. This is such a gutsy play, and I love it. I just love it. 15 points to Gryffindor right there. Tickle Me Tassadar. You just won my heart, if nothing else. Gonna see probably Greymane and Anna pick up. Anna being the best healer for Cho'Gall, with Ariel not around. So and the other thing is that Cho'Gall really needs that self-healing. And the other really good healer for Cho'Gall is Alexstrasza. And Anna kind of shuts down Alex's healing pretty well. So they decided to ban Malthael. I would have banned Leoric. Leoric's E-build can completely destroy Cho'Gall's viability. They completely remove him from the game, essentially, with that 50% damage restriction. And there's the Alexstrasza ban. She's really, really strong with Cho'Gall, with the percentage healing. I'm trying to think of what healers are left for Cho'Gall to really use. Rhaegar works. Abathur. Now they really will want a really good clone target for the last slot, because if you clone Cho'Gall, you're actually just cloning Cho, and Cho can't detonate his own bombs. So you're getting a very beefy hero that can't do very much. Rhaegar with the ancestral healing can really keep Cho'Gall up. And there's some Leoric pickup. Azmodan is going to give a lot of global pressure here, can kind of respond to the Abathur that way. But again, really want to see if they could have a Jaina. If they have a player who can play Jaina, that would be a really good pickup Tychus is a good clone target. Especially if you take bigger they are on Tychus, and then his clone won't have bigger they are, so Tychus can get them super low with bigger they are, and then clone Tychus can finish them off with his normal trait. So, let's see here. I gotta give... Oh... I think Wholesome Halfwits has put together a comp to counter the Cho'Gall. I want to give the game to the Cho'Gall players, but that's just a bunch of Cho'Gall counters right there. They were prepared for it game one to ban that out. Wholesome Halfwits didn't want to wait for second ban phase to risk the big boy getting banned. I guess we'll go ahead and do team introductions since this is a little easier than reading them off as they're running in. We have Bashing on Cho, Garland on Gaul, which will be a, let me see, a Bashgar? I believe it's Bashgar. Basland! I had to mess that up. So Bashland. So Basland Cho'Gall, Serenian on Tychus, Broom Boy on the Rhaegar, Thicken on the Abathur, and for Wholesome Halfwits we have Tribulation on Leoric, G Money Drums on Asmodan, Freckle Pants on the Anna, Dr. Sigeli on ETC, and Crooked Smile on the Asmo. Dang. Abathur just burrowing up top. See if we have any quests. Right. Of course, we have the Asmodan key quest. So Asmodan really wants to come in. Abathur going into the Lokish build. Lokish build did just receive some pretty interesting buffs, so maybe we'll see some Abathur backdoor shenanigans. Like I said, Cho'Gall got some buffs, and Cho'Gall is really a late game hero. He really shines post 16 after you get the Leaden Orb upgrades and can just throw out all those stuns. And I missed the Abathur death because I was not expecting Abathur to die. That's not a huge deal, just one death and Abathur can pretty much immediately soak into that lane with his hat. And he's already burrowed down there. So they're not going to miss any, or they shouldn't miss any soak. But Abathur might, he's a little bit too far away. He might miss these orbs right here. Nope, he goes and gobbles those up. Missing some... Usually if you highlight that, you can see where the experience is. I think it's just because they haven't cleared out some of these waves. And Tyke is having a little bit of trouble against this Leoric. And yeah, unfortunately, there's not much Asmodan could do versus a Asmodan, and they also recently buffed Asmodan's laser. So a whole bunch of new and interesting things going on this time. And yeah, and Asmodan is in fact going into the laser build. So we'll get to see if that is indeed something to... Oh! Crooked Smile super low. Great effort by Broom Boy and his fancy Abathur hat.
Here, gather tribute and earn my favor.
Oh, Cho'Gall looking to maybe invade here. With that hat, he's basically like 3 heroes in one. So that was like a 3v3 right there. And only one person on the blue team. Oh no. Rhaegar goes down right before the tribute's up, so they're just gonna have to concede this one. Just easy peasy for Wholesome Halfwits. That is the first tribute of the night for Wholesome Halfwits. This Asmodean is kind of just burning people down. He doesn't have many stacks on his Q just yet, but he is getting work done with his E. And yep, he is going all the way into E build, so can this Rhaegar finish him off? Oh, only 600 health there. And while I'm watching that, Shogal is up top. Oh, Bombzoi was taken, so that's a quest. Bunch of quests here. 2 quests in the rhythm. Taken by Tychus. And here's the real strength of Abathur on this map. He's just going to be able to... He needs to get out of the bush, though, because he won't... Because of the XP changes, he will not soak that XP while he's in the bush. And big fight going out here. Basilind is being caught out. Laser focusing him down. He is super low. And Greymane gets the finishing blow. So that is second tribute for Wholesome Halfwits. They're doing a very gutsy invade here on this camp. Shogal just got up. He's not going to get there in quite enough time. And that is a stolen camp by Wholesome Halfwits. Do a quick look here on healing and the XP.
Petty squabbling. Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
Wow, that is a huge laser by Asmodean. Big chunks of damage there. And Asmodean is just fully committed to this laser build. Go with Demonic Invasion. Cursed Bullet, Mosh Pit, Entomb, Nano Boost. All standard stuff, and this is Cursed Bullet for Wholesome Halfwits. And looks like they're going to get this pretty uncontested.
My curse upon
So, and Asmodean right now is on the camp while the rest of... Oh, that is a sleepy time on the Abathur. Wow. Broom Boy barely gets away. Is he gonna... Gets a heal off just in the nick of time. Unstoppable comes out. Abathur is just waddling out there. They each have been trying to save each other so much. Teamwork makes the dreams work right there. As Rhaegar and Asmodean save each other successfully after a pretty yakety-sax moment of being chased down by the enemy team. You don't often see unstoppable cleanses being used on Abathur. But here, it got the work done. Again, not quite level 10 for Tickle Me Tassadar. Broom Boy caught in this cage of death, and that is a very, very spicy Entomb. The heat of that laser is intense. Hammer of Twilight and Shadow Volley, Commander Odin, Ancestral Healing. Cursed Bullet just came out, and we have Ultimate Evolution for the Abathur. Looks like they are going. Wholesome Halfwits is going up top to this to try to do this boss. And get this pretty much for free, and it looks like Broom Boy is getting started on the boss down here, and his team is following suit. So they know that they're on this boss up here. The entire map's taken. There's no other place that they could be. So they know they're there. They're going to finish this plenty of time. Wholesome Halfwits isn't going to be able to invade on that. Bunch of quests taken. This is a questing Cho'Gall right now. You're questing Gall at least. The York is clearing out the bottom. The rest of his team is pushing up mid. They have a 13 talent advantage right now, while Tickle Me Tassadar clears out top. They have a decent amount of push with this Asmodand in tow. He does have demonic invasion up, so when the defense calls come out, and it looks like they're going to be able to get this entire thing down before Tickle Me Tassadar can really respond to it. Out comes the clone, and just complete disengage by Wholesome Halfwits, just absolutely scarpering off. They don't care if you call them cowards, they're just on the run, and that is the right call there. That's because Ultimate Evolution will be down for another 60 seconds. Odin is down for another 70, and they have a decent wave pushing top. They're about to get their 16s, and Tickle Me Tassadar might barely hit the 13. Broom Boy, oh, he gets off the Ancestral right before he was going to get 0% healing. Out comes the Cursed Bullet. Down goes Cho'Gall. Are they looking to end? I think they are looking to end already. They're going to have the 16 advantage in a moment. They have a huge amount of CC. That laser is just doing work on the core. One man mosh. Unstoppable is used. And that is going to be GG. So that is a 2-0 victory for Wholesome Halfwits with a 10-minute victory on Cursed Hollow to round it out. Wow, the damage numbers for Wholesome Halfwits are actually pretty low. Guess they were just able to secure kills pretty fast. And also there weren't a ton of people to do damage too, because there's only Cho'Gall, Tychus, and Roigo. Alright. Well, sit tight everybody. We're going to take a little break and get ready for the next game.